All right? It's going to be all right. Just hang on. But, for example, if you write down right now on a list the people that told you throughout your entire life, I'm praying for you. Right now, in your mind, I want you to think, okay, I'm praying for you. Who said that? Now I want you to remember, what were they praying for? Through your whole life. I'm praying for you. What were you praying for? You're sitting there going, I was sick one time. One time my kid was sick. I was in the hospital. And I was sick. Okay, now here's the next list I want you to roll over to. The list of people that when you were in a bind, they showed up when nobody else did.
Amen.
And they said, you know what, dude, I see you struggling. I see you hungry, man. I got some extra. Hey, man, I know y'all are late on your power bill. So I went ahead and paid it. Hey, you know, I see you. I noticed that your kid, you know, your husband got laid off and you don't have a job. You know, those people that come along in your life, and you know what odds are? Odds are most of the people that has helped you the greatest amount in your life through those times with physical means probably didn't come from inside a church. That's tight, but it's right. Because the church person, we have made ourselves that excuse of, I'll pray for you, but I'm not going to do anything for you. I'm going to pray that God sends the food fairy to your pantry, and you wake up in the morning, you open it, and it's there because I'm not going to buy you groceries. But I tell you what, those people that the church walk by every Sunday, those people that live right here down the street, that live around the corner, they're not here. Odds are they laid out last night and they were at the bar drinking. I've got a lot of friends that spent a lot of time last night at the bar drinking and hooting and hollering and going for Auburn and going for Alabama. And man, I really wish Bama would have won. They didn't want it. That's why they lost. Sometimes you just lose. But you know what? I know a lot more men in those situations that if they saw me without, they don't have the I'll pray for you mentality. They say, you know what, RJ, man, I heard your alternator went out. I'll help you change it. Hey, if you come over to my house, man, I'll help you swap that motor. Hey, man, look, me and my wife are in the store now. I got y'all this pack of diapers. Because they don't have an excuse. And that's the truth. I'm not telling you look at my life. Look at your life. And that's where the church has dropped the ball. Across the board. That's why it's not working. Because we get in our buildings and we get in our walls. And we say, well, I tell you what, if a dirty, rotten, nasty, no good sinner, if he walks in this church and he falls on his knees before us and he says, I'm lost, I'm going to pray for him. But see, Jesus didn't say that. Jesus said, go out and make ye disciples of all nations.
Amen.
See, we come here to get recharged that we can take our ministries from here into the world. All right? And I'm blessed to be a part of a group of men through the Children's Rescue Initiative that are able to do just that. Not one man on our team draws a salary. Not one man on our team draws a check. We pay for our own flights. We pay for our own bookings. We pay for our own room. Because God laid it on our hearts and says, you know what? There are children that are hurting and are dying and they're being raped and they're being slaughtered. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to go help them. I have friends of all kind of backgrounds, race, religion, creed, philosophies, okay? Just because you and I don't agree on things don't make us enemies. See, the world wants you to think if you disagree that you're enemies. Okay? I like my pants. Most of the men in here don't. I'm good with that. Amen? I think they're cute. I think it's cool my wife and I wear the same pants. All right? We don't have to do as much laundry. I'm just kidding. You know what I'm saying? But I can say that. Why? Because I'm the goofball wearing them. I don't care. But the problem is, in society, if you and I disagree, then that means we're enemies. Because you know what? We've got multi-million-dollar men right now playing football, and I'm not getting political. I'm staying off of that. who scream and holler oppression. And they're not treated fairly, and they're overlooked, and racism and socialism and narcissism and Islamophobism and transgenderphobism, homophobism, you know, I mean, I was like drunkism one time. I mean, like, I get it. I get the isms, okay? But the problem is, if you're going to make all that stinking noise about it, you're going to disrespect the greatest country in the entire world, then we need to find other ways of kneeling during the national anthem. If you want to talk about slavery, let's talk about slavery. It exists today. If we want to talk about human slavery, children are being sold today. Children are being bought today. Liberia, Africa's just had one of the largest markets ever known, and you see it all over social media. Human beings being sold every day. One of the biggest child pornography rings in this part of the country just took place a few months ago on Tanner Reeves Road. It's all over the news. Selling children. I'm sorry that you feel so oppressed that you're making millions of dollars and you're trying to make your voice be heard, but make your voice be heard in the streets. Go to the children that are being raped and being butchered and being killed and being burned alive. Go and help them.
Amen.
Because I'm sorry, if you're just pointing out a problem and you're not coming up with a solution, you're a complainer, not a problem solver. And the church and the world is full of people like that, but I thank God that I was able to link up with a group of men that say, you know what, there's a problem. And we need to do something about it. I thank God that I come from a church and a family that says, you know what, RJ? I can't take 3 weeks and go to Southwest Asia. But here's $50. Here's $100. Here's $5. I had a man walk up to me, he had a store of the wood in the 2 miles. And I don't know if he's watching on, so I'm not going to use his name. But it's funny how the things in life that stick out to you. I met this man about 5 years ago in Oklahoma. And he had, had a rocky past in and out of drugs or whatever. I've never known anything other than the story that he told me. The last couple of years he had backslidden. And he had fell out of church. Well, he don't really have a good job, don't have a lot of money. I understand. It's just like us. It's a good country folk. He heard that I was coming to Oklahoma a few weeks ago. Well, a couple months ago now, time flies. And as they were coming up, he walked to the altar. It was the first time he'd been in an altar in years. Hadn't been going to church anymore. And he had these big tears rolling down his cheek after he'd heard about our presentation and what we're fixing to do. He looked at me and said, RJ, he said, I wish I had more to give you than what I have. And I just remember looking at him, and he was broke, and he said, but you know what? He said, man, I know you like Diet Mountain Dew. He said, I got enough money in my pocket. He said, well, you can buy you a couple Mountain Dews on the way home. Wow. He didn't say, man, I own a business, here's the money for your trip. He didn't say, man, I've just got extra here, let me adopt a child. And we're going to talk about that here in a few minutes. He said, man, I've got $5. But I believe in what you're doing. Because he knows that there's a lot of things you can do, but what you can never do is outgive God. And now we're going to take the next few minutes. I want you to listen to the words and to the lyrics of this song. These pictures are real. We're fixing to cut our live stream. Because of the operators and the children and our helpers that are involved, it would completely compromise their security. One of our team leaders, he has been put on the kill on sight list from the Taliban. They're hunting him and they're hunting anybody associated with him. So if I see Taliban in Lucille, then I know I'm the guy they're looking for. Okay? So keep me on the lookout and Facebook them, Snapchat them, whatever you do, so let me know. But I want you to listen to the words of this song and look into the eyes of these children that we were able to go in and help because of you. I couldn't have went without you. You have a lot of people that stand on a platform and they beat their chest. Yeah, I rescued these kids and I'm a this and man, I'm a nothing. I'm a high-speed middleman. That's it. God blessed me with an ability. I can't sing, I can't dance, and I got the perfect face for radio. All right? That's all I'm good at. I don't catch dog. So take a few minutes of your time and enjoy our presentation.